It's Filled Food with CardicaCreations. This episode, a donut with chocolate icing and sprinkles, as suggested by Molly Marson. So our sewing tomato tells us we need these two colors, beige and chocolate brown. We'll also be needing some brown seed beads to act as sprinkles for our donut. Now starting with a round template with a radius of 6 centimeters, we want to cut out 2 circles from the beige colored felt. Tracing the template with a graphite pencil and cutting it out with fabric scissors. You'll also need to cut out a circle from the chocolate brown felt, but this piece won't stay a circle for long. We'll be cutting it out free-form into a wavy, curvy icing shape, which essentially replicates a blob. Soon enough, you'll get your blob icing shape, and what we're going to do is we're going to stack our 3 pieces for our donut together. Then I'm going to grab a pointy object. Here I'm just using the tip of my precision cutting scissors, and I'm creating an indentation right in the middle of my sack of felt. This is to act as a guideline as to where the middle of my donut will be, so that we can make our donut hole. So I'm using my scissors to cut some crosshairs in that middle section there. And by doing this, it helps me to give a rough idea of where my donut hole should be. And I can then grab my precision scissors again and cut out that donut hole to make my felt pieces look more donut-like. Ta-da! Now I'm going to decorate my icing with sprinkles. As you can see, felt looks the same on both sides. Now I want to grab a needle that is thin enough to go through the hole in my seed beads. Here I found one. So starting by threading the needle and the string through the icing piece, I've already knotted the end of it. I'm going to pick up a seed bead with the tip of my needle, and I'm going to place a stitch almost right next to the hole that my needle came out of. And I'm going to secure it like so. Now I like to do 2 rounds of this, so I like to go through the bead twice to help to secure it more. This is especially important if you plan on giving this donut to any small children who might like to pick at the beads. It just gives it a little bit of extra security. Now as you can see, these seed beads are really tiny and the icing piece is relatively large, so you might want to turn on some music or plunk yourself in front of the TV while you add the seed beads to your chocolate piece. But be wary, you are using a needle, so try not to poke yourself. Now the back of your piece will look something like this, and when it's done, it'll look crazy like this. But the other side will look beautiful with all its chocolate sprinkles. Now here I'm just securing the thread by creating a knot. Then I'm going to cut off the excess thread. Now I'm going to attach my icing piece to one of the donut pieces. To begin the attachment, I'm going to use a blanket stitch around the inner ring of the donut pieces. If you've forgotten how to do a blanket stitch, or you never learned in the first place, head over to my video tutorial on YouTube, linked on the screen right now, what you need to know to sew. This will give you a detailed description of the blanket stitch. As you can see, now it's nice and secure, and then I'm going to attach the outer wavy line bit of the icing to the donut piece. And I'm going to use a simple overcast stitch for this one. Again, head to my video what you need to know to sew if you want to know more about the up and down overcast stitch. Ta-da! So that's one piece done. Now all we need to do is attach the 2 donut pieces together. Grabbing my thread again, I'm going to go through the inner ring of the donut, but instead of doing a blanket stitch, I'm going to do a simple overcast stitch. Of course, you can do a blanket stitch if you like to. I'm going to go up through the donut hole and down into the icing. Then round and round and round again. And ta-da, it's nice and secure. Now as you can see here, the circles have gone out of alignment as we've sewed a bit here and there. So I'm grabbing my fabric scissors and I'm just going to cut it so that it's nice and straight. Then I'm grabbing a needle and thread that matches the donut color and I'm going to start a blanket stitch. This stitch will go 3/4 of the way around my donut and I'm going to leave a quarter hole open to make room for stuffing. Once you're all stuffed up, you want to complete your blanket stitch and push in any more toy fluff if you need to make it more puffy. And soon enough, you'll reach the point where you began your blanket stitch and you'll want to do a couple of knots to secure the thread. Then all you want to do is push the needle through the entire donut all the way to the center and pull the thread nice and tightly. Then chop off the excess thread, which will help to secure your felt creation. And voila! A push here and a pull there, and your donut is complete! Thanks for watching! This was a tutorial by CardicaCreations.